Hi. Welcome to my page again. On this episode, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about content strategy. This is one of the most difficult aspects of growing a social media platform that many business owners of social media struggle with. But I want to help you move from being a confused person who doesn't know what to post, how to post, to having a very good clarity on how your content would go for your page. If this is your first time of visiting my page, welcome. I am really excited. My name is Mary Ann Unwosu, and I am a creative social media manager and strategist, helping business owners attract, maintain, and convert their audience on social media. So now today I want to talk about how to create a content strategy so you would stop being really confused and start working with real clarity. So there are 8 major elements you need in your content strategy. If you don't have them, you will be a bit confused. The first is your social media campaign. Mind you, social media campaign is not 100% important in your content strategy. You use it only when you want to actually target a specific kind of goal, maybe for an offer, to sell a new product, to launch a new product, or to launch a new brand or something. So aside that, you can put it there, you cannot put it there. So in my next video, I'm going to tell you more about social media campaign. You have content pillars or content teams. Some call it content pillars, some call it content teams. So whichever one. You also have your content types. After your content types, you have your content formats. After your content format, you have the platform specifics and you have the content plan. Then you have audience insight. So however, like your audience insight, you need your audience insight throughout your content strategy. That's why I put it in the last. It's usually supposed to be the first, but you need it throughout your content strategy. And like the reason is because you can't create content if you don't know your audience. So you need to understand your goals. Why are you creating? So you should always know that your content strategy is tied back to your social media strategy. So if you don't know what a social media strategy means, or you don't know how to create a well detailed social media strategy, so click on the video that just popped up and you would learn how to create a social media strategy. So now let's move on. You need a content strategy, and it is usually found in your social media strategy. So if you don't have clarity on what your social media strategy is all about, you might get confused when dealing with your content strategy. After that, you need content pillars or content teams, then you need content types. What are content types? You're talking about how to mistake, busting, you talk about storytelling, you talk about opinionated or controversial content, you talk about different types of content. In my coming videos, break down all this type of content for you. And you also have content formats. So what are your content formats? Content formats are just basically videos, reels, Instagram stories, carousels, pictures. All those are content formats. After content format, you need a content plan. A content plan comes last. And without a content strategy, you cannot create a content plan. A content plan is basically the execution stage of, oh, this is a strategy. So now this is how I'm going to execute it. So now I'm going to talk about every single of this element in this video. You know that talking videos work for, storytelling. It works for, trying to reach more people. So you need to make sure that you understand what's the purpose of each content format, which is something I would be talking about in the coming videos. So once you've been able to identify, oh, this is the content format, then you head straight to the platform specific. Now, note that not all content types, like, or not all content purpose are for each platform. Like, it's not compulsory. Number one, it's not compulsory you post every day on the platform. Number two, is not compulsory you use the whole content types for one platform. You can distribute it. So it's called content distribution. So there is what we call content distribution and content repurposing, which is something else I'm going to talk about in my coming videos. You determine, oh, this content type is going to go for this platform. So you need to first of all understand what content works well for each platform. For instance, now for TikTok, now you know that relatable content works, and you need to create a lot of fun videos. So once you create a lot of fun videos, it would do well to an extent. So lastly is the content plan. So if you don't have your content strategy really ready, you're not going to create a content plan, or whatever you are going to do in it. It's not even going to work, because the content strategy is like the content plan is like, this is what we are doing, this is the how, this is the way to go, this is way to go, this is way to go. Do you get? So this is why you need to be very, very aware of your content strategy. So if you don't have a content strategy, you're not be able to create a content plan. So in one of my videos that are coming up, I'm going to give you a very detailed breakdown of how to create a content plan. But however, let me tell you what and what you need in your content plan. You need to be aware of your goal, right? You're aware of your content pillars, and you also need to be aware of your frequency. How frequently do you want to be posting on each platform? So once you've identified this, you have your key message, like, okay, this is a team that will be going up. What's the topic we'll be talking about? Once you've understood the topic, what's the platform, right? Topic, content topic, platform, and you understand the key message. What particular message do you want to pass across on this platform for this day? So it's like a content calendar, but it's not 100% a content calendar. Can be one key message for two different content formats. So you can see what I'm talking about. So what is the particular message that we want to pass across to them today? What is it about? Right. So why, and put your why. So because I feel like the why will help you to be aware. So that even if it does not make any sense, you can easily review that, this thing does not make any sense. So why are you using that key message for that day? And then you're using, what platform is this message going, or or how are we going to pass this message on Facebook? How are you going to pass this message on Instagram? Like, what content format are you using? Right? Don't forget I said it depends. For instance, now Twitter, if you're a tech brand, Twitter is mostly for conversation, to spark conversations. So you need to also be aware of all these things. So I hope after this video, I'll be able to give you a detailed breakdown of what your content strategy would look like. This is something I really struggled with for over like 6 months. I couldn't create a content strategy confidently. But right now, big word. So I don't want it to be that person who was lost like I am. That is why this video is here for you. You can watch it again, so you can be able to, learn it again and implement. Don't forget that anything you don't implement, you won't see the result. Thank you for visiting again. Have an amazing time. See you in my next video. Bye.